another episode of High in Arizona, episode 304. Of course, this episode is brought to you by lunchboxdispensary.com. Order your cannabis anywhere in the state of Arizona. Get free delivery, get the in-store deals, and get something thrown in top. Shout out to you and the sponsors for being in here. Early Bird. We're going to do an early bird giveaway. That's how we rockin'. With no further ado, let's get into this episode. We've got Gmo with I Love It. Now, obviously, you know I love this track. We play it all the time. You got some music out there from Arizona you want us to play here on High in Arizona? Get us the link. We'll play it. Right here, Gmo, I Love It. Let's go.
I don't make the rules cause that's just how the game goes. 20 carats around my neck, that's how the chain glows. I'ma fly around the world when I want to. I ain't afraid to call that line when I want you. I'm out here hustling for this money cause I love it. I got my family next to me cause I love it. Blowing all this cash fast cause I love it. All this gold around my neck cause I love it, I love it. Know a couple that'll tell me when I want to. Never salty, I just cool it when I'm with the juice. Every time they mention AZ, where they mention you, I know it gets so heated, I don't really mean to. I love how you tell me off on the freeway. I love flying out to Houston on the next day. I love sipping all this codeine and I fall asleep. I might be in my sleep. When I wake up, I see nothing. I've been getting it on my own. I don't fuck with you new pumpkins, and I'm getting it while I'm slow. We do 20 every month, yeah. I don't make the rules, cause that's just how the game goes. 20 carats around my neck, that's how the chain glows. I'ma fly around the world when I want to. I ain't afraid to call that line when I want you. I'm out here hustling for this money cause I love it. I got my family next to me cause I love it. Blowing all this cash fast cause I love it. All this gold around my neck cause I love it, I love it. I keep my eyes closed so I can see you. Now there's only memories that I breeze through. I don't do it for nothing, I do it for you. All them lies you telling, I wish they were true. I stay clean like soap, but I ain't wearing no suits. Red Timberland boots, extended with clips, but that's not my shit. But I would act a fool. You say you did it for me, now bitch I did it for you. Out here on the front line, ducking one time. I'm always blowing muddy, yeah, that's why they want mine. Yeah, my brody, he working. Come on, let's get it. My peoples is with it, and they loving the ticket. I don't make the rules, cause that's just how the game goes. 20 carats around my neck, that's how the chain glows. I'ma fly around the world when I want to. I ain't afraid to call that line when I want you. I'm out here hustling for this money cause I love it. I got my family next to me cause I love it. Blowing all this cash fast cause I love it. All this gold around my neck cause I love it, I love it.
Fucking love that money, he says. Surround my neck, don't treat me like a nomina. Let's get it. Right there. Shout out to him. Gmo, right there. Shout out to him, an Arizona artist. We know. Showing love out there. How we doing though? What's up? We in here. It is a nice little Tuesday, right? Nice little Tuesday. Waking up, a little wake and bake with me now. Let's go into what is it you are inhaling. Last night, did you make it out to the High Lounge? Did you get a chance to try out the Peach Tree? If you didn't, we do have giveaways for you. I've got some rolls for you if you want that Peach Tree. Okay? Shout out to Ryan Doja coming through the house. Shout out to Amazing Season. Project Packs threw it down. Thank you so much. Amazing time right there. All right, we got some fresh press smoking on there from Gary Payton. Dante from Grow Science's White Mike is on. 216 says, I got that Gary Payton as well. I just said that. Jerry says, concentrate mind, hit me up. I'm popping out tonight. Is Mind in here? He's got a car. Wow. Okay, so he's popping out. He's getting down here in the valley. He says, look, can't be trapped out in the middle of the wilderness. 420, the youngsters don't even know the what's up. You know what? I agree with you. I'm fine with that though, right? Because that's how you know who your people are, right? How you age yourself a little bit. That's fine with that. Gabby says she's smoking on some homegrown. Okay.
Smoke weed every day.
Homegrown from the Cuzzo. Very nice. Very nice. Concentrator said, let's get it, doggy. I mean, I'm down. I don't know. I might have some plans. I might not. It's New Year's. We're going with the flow, my guy. We are going with the flow. Today, yes, 216. Finally have uploaded the videos for the Abundant Organics Tour. True and I went out a couple weeks ago. Shout out to Jerry for being out there with us. And we got a chance to chop it up and see inside Abundant Organics, hear about what they are planning on for Arizona, what they've been doing in Arizona, and just get an inside peek. Very excited about that. We're going to have Spencer joining us today to go through the videos with us, to walk through them. And that is going to be the episode today. Kicking back, looking at Abundant Organics, discussing it about it. I've got about, I want to say 12 different videos. Lots going on at that facility. They've had the facility for a minute, so it wasn't even just, hey, we built it and then never made any modifications. They started with a smaller facility and showed that it could be done, and then they built into a even larger facility. So shake and bake for those guys on that. We're going to get into it. Spencer's going to be joining us here in just a few minutes. There was a couple things that when I posted yesterday, I said, what are some topics that you might want HINA Arizona to speak on? A question came through, and it was, why is the cannabis industry so competitive? Why isn't it more collaborative and helpful in our community? I mean, the best response when I think about that question, it's going to come down to just, the monies, right? Like, people out here are, having to, just like any business, set themselves apart from competition. And then you have different types of practices within the industry too, that certain companies don't like, certain companies do it, and then boop-de-boo, and then, so that's pretty much what it is, just a competitive energy. I think that's why you see it. So when you see collabs in the industry, make sure that you support. So that way, the best way to show that we want, change is by showing up, right? You got to show up if you want to see change. So that was a question that got asked. And then last night, okay, confirmed, Clarendon Hotel has been sold. Where is the L on that one? Where'd it go? I can't find it. Oh, shit. Now, speaking to someone, they said that they're pretty confident that the hotel was sold to like a Best Western type situation. So no smoking going down at that hotel. They had to remove all the events. We picked up some of the events. So the Clarendon has been sold. Bruh. It is gonzo. That is wild. No more smoking hotel. We'll see what happens to it. Or maybe not, right? The only reason we paid attention to that hotel was because it was smoking. And now not so much. Walter House, right? There's a venue out here called the Walter House that's probably going to start booming on this motherfucker. Well, no further ado. Let's get Spencer in here. We've got a lot to look at. We've got a lot to look at when it comes to this this tour. So we're gonna bring our guy Spencer in here now. Work him out the cameras. Let him get on this screen. You know, it's everyone's morning out there. There we go. He's popping on here. Here we go. Here we go. My guy getting it ready over there in the waiting room. Marijuana to you guys. Thanks for popping in here. I hope you guys are ready for New Year's Eve. I hope you guys stay safe. You know what? We'll talk about some of your plans here in a little bit. We're gonna now reach out. Spencer, can you hear us? Oh, he can't even hear us. Uh-oh. I think he might be watching. There's probably a little bit of delay. Probably watching on YouTube. It's on the YouTubies. All right, let me roll this up here. Working out the kinks. Boom, boom, boom.
Can you guys hear me?
There we go. I can sort of hear you now.
Can you guys hear me?
No, you're a little low. It doesn't sound like it's the right mic. Or you might have it.
Hello, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, very, very low.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hold on one second. Let me make sure my settings aren't messed up.
Sorry, I got my new setup out here.
Oh, there you go. Now I can hear you.
Let me switch this up.
All right, he's switching it up. We're getting it going over here. Good morning. Hey, so what's the plans for New Year's? Are you guys staying in? Are you gonna go get fucked up? What's the story? What's the story? Tell you what, I am not getting fucked up. Wookie says kid duty. Ja says he's resting. How's your mouth? How's your mouth? You don't know Ja had a major surgery on his face, right? Damn. That motherfucker, don't be telling people that. All right. Reefer Sticks, he said Gucci, dog. Just one day at a time. Oh, I gotta let him in. I gotta let him back in. My bad. My bad, Spence. My bad. Here we go. Here we go. We're working it out.
How about now?
Oh, there we go. Play. I can hear you.
Jeez. Not bad, guys. I have a new computer set up too, and I have a new phone set up, so it's just all over the place.
All right, let's get you in here, though. Let's get you in here, dude. I got you now. Hold on one second. Boom! And then we're even going to hit it with the boom! Upgrades. We got logos and we got names.
There we go.
No big deal.
I can't say anything, but I trust you on it.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, damn, how's he going to see, like, when we're going through? You're just going to have to hear it, huh? And just are you?
I might be able to pull up on my computer now, and I'll just turn my audio off so I can at least see it and see if that works.
Nice. We've got Ja in the chat. He's noticing that your rig over there. Nice rig.
Yeah, no, I have to show up. It's New Year's Eve. Thanks for having me off on New Year's Eve. You know, ending the year and starting the year off right with you guys.
That's right, dude. I mean, hey, thank you so much too for all of the gifts you guys have given me, man. I've been blazing the past couple weeks. I've just been enjoying it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, what was your favorites?
The Crimson
Cloud.
You guys aren't gonna grow this anymore?
Yeah, man. It's you know, that's kind of the process. You know, as we get into the videos Jake talked about, was it just, you know, it can smoke great, it can test great, but if it doesn't grow right, if it's not proficient enough for our trimmers to be able to trim efficiently and you know, get the big nuggets that people like in the bags, you know, like the bag appeal has a lot to do with you know, a lot with what we're trying to accomplish here. And I think everybody, right? Because, you know, you can't smell anymore. Back in the day when medical started, you know, you could open up the jar and you can smell it and you can really, you know, figure out that's what you want. And now you have to try to kind of go off the visuals. So, you know, with it not being too good to trim and then just not having that real bag appeal, you know, that he made the decision on that. But we have a lot of new stuff coming down now.
True in here is saying that he liked that triple stuff, the pink mallow, the space Sasquatch. Were
nice. Love it, love it. Yeah, no, we appreciate that. Okay, now I got us on that too, so I can see as we're going through it today. So
Okay, dope. So let's get into it. We got a lot of videos to show. We got about I'm gonna say like 40 to 50 minutes worth of some stuff to show out here. And so sit tight, roll something up. The first thing we're gonna get into is gonna be I believe it's gonna be like the soil. So I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. And boom, boom. Boom. Let's run it. Nice. Okay, so one of the things that I'm finding out about Abundant Organics is that they have a special technique with the soil. Now, I'm hearing that they even, after they mix their own soil, they even are putting it out to...
Are you still there? Because I can't hear you. I don't know if my audio...
Cook, we call it, but it's basically cycling. So you want it to sit a little bit to
Here we go. Okay.
Let the microbial life kind of balance itself out and feed itself, so it's nice and charged and balanced and ready for...
Just let me know what questions you don't get this flour.
That's the first time that I've heard of that in Arizona visiting facilities. So that's probably... Okay, yeah, because the audio... Okay, just to fill everyone in, we're hearing that Spencer can't hear the audio of this video. So we're going to watch the video, but Spencer has seen all of these videos and audios and whatnot. We can go in to ask questions afterwards about it. He can see the video, so he knows what kind of is coming up. So just give you guys the skinny.
So I can see the video, but I won't be able to hear what you're saying. So I'll just be reading the comments, and whatever questions you have after the video, I'll answer them.
Perfect. Let's get it. I was like, what benefits from that happen when you wait like that, when you let it cook?
It's just the plants basically control how they feed in organic soil. So they'll send out biochemical signals saying, I want to have phosphorus, we need more nitrogen or whatever. And so it's up to the biology that's in the soil to take those messages and then consume, and then their shit is basically what the plants eat directly.
Damn.
And so it's up to us to make sure that the buffet, once they call out they're hungry, the buffet is full.
They got a lot. They got whatever they want.
The eaters are balanced well, because they'll fight. The fungi and the bacteria and the amoebas, they all kind of fight all the time. That's why we put in compost tea, and that rebalances the microbes, and then we do a botanical tea once a week. And that kind of fills up the buffet, and the plant is a symptom of the soil in this aspect.
I hear that, and then it's wild to me, right? Because I'm from just a consumer standpoint. You're always just thinking about the tree, but you guys really opening my eyes to it's the soil. It really is where it starts, right?
Yeah,
so you have stuff out right now. I saw you filling up some stuff. It's like this is
we're planting seeds right now. So we basically hunt. 90% of our genetics we hunt in-house, and so we're planting a few seeds here. I'll go show you where we do all that, and we're running through our first in-house crosses that we've done. So,
okay, are we excited about these?
Oh, very much so. We've done our first, I think we ran 6 strains so far the last run, and so we're doing smoke tests with them and finding out which ones that we really like, because instead of having 60 seeds, I got as much as I want. So once we find the crosses that really have behaved well with our Jenny, then we'll run like 100 seeds of it.
Shout out to Jenny.
Yeah, so I heard you grow a little, man. I'll send you home with a couple seeds if you want,
man. Man, nice.
I was telling him to try getting some soil, so you can try the soil too, because you haven't grown the soil yet.
No, I haven't. It makes me a little nervous having, it's just it's this little 2x4, so it makes me nervous having living or things going on in my soil in the house and everything like that. What would you say to someone like myself that currently is just doing cocoa, but obviously with hearing that the plant's going to benefit the most from a living soil, what would you
when we were 10, 12 years ago, we were running caregiver grows, and I was deep water culture. I had my 10 ingredients in my soup, and then I'm watching Subcool while I'm trimming one day, and I'm like, he's just adding water. What's going on there? And I have one bad air pump goes out and we lose 6-8 plants. So I'm like, okay, we gotta. So I tore down a system 2 lights worth and put up 8 super soil plants. I did the whole method with super soil through Subcool.
Fire.
And then it turned out amazing, and we didn't quite hit the yields. I had a lot of schooling to go back to, because it's a whole different, it's soil. You got to learn the soil as opposed to the plant. So you need to kind of have an understanding of the plant, but I had to go back to school to go, why am I putting water on this twice a week? And it's much better, more flavorful, more soulful product. And that right there sold us. So we kind of went back to the drawing board and went full soil.
I love to hear it. Right now we're again at Abundant Organics. Check these guys out and taste these guys out, right? Because that's what it came down to right now, is what he said. smoke test with these, right? Because that's what at the end of the day has it smoked. So, man, good
So
shit.
we'll go show. I can go show you how we do the seeds. We can start there.
Keep checking in. Now, who am I talking to right here? If you can introduce that, because this is someone that is actually one of the founders, right?
Yeah. So I was gonna do that. Thanks for jumping ahead of that, Jason. That's Jake. He runs. I guess you could call him director of cultivation, head of cultivation. Obviously the word master grower is no longer in use, and that's his title. The other person you met, Judd, he's more of the operations at the facility. So he handles, a lot with the HR director. He handles a lot with the production with me and that side of it. But Jake is solely in the garden, focused on the garden and focused on, how to produce the best product that we can.
Okay, now, and Jake and Judd are why we have Abundant Organics, right? Like when I didn't realize this, but going into this tour, I thought I was going to have our guy Spence, man, showing me around, doing his thing. And then all of a sudden, Jake and Judd are showing us around. And these are the guys that, one, they're from the legacy eras. Okay, these are guys that were out here growing weed, trying to make it happen when allegedly, of course, drop that a little bit out there, no, but so that was one of the things that was really dope for me was to hear that these guys had experience and wanted to make this happen due to the experience they had and were looking to push into the legal market. So very dope, very dope.
Yeah, no, they, I usually do the tours when it comes down to, like when we have our dispensary partners, people with badges and stuff. And, whenever they want to come in, it's always a pleasure for me because I get to learn and I get to just kind of touch up on what I believe is what we're doing and just they don't get to be a part of the process a lot. So whenever we can get them to be a part of it,
overlap, but we like
people
to
like yourself and be able to be seen on the community and say, hey, these are the guys that are actually doing it with our team at the facility. So it's just great whenever they get to do it. I get to just watch it and kind of enjoy it too,
Yeah, facts. Pick up a little tidbits and things like that. Now, what I'm going to do too is before we leave this room, they showed off how okay, all of these bags you saw in there were soil that is waiting to be used. All right. Now you're thinking mixing soil. Well, I don't know what the fuck that means, right? Okay, so let me show you how they're mixing this soil. Because this is like some traditional
overlap, but we like to
shit.
keep at least 2 full loads going, and so at the least amount, 6 weeks.
It's a big facility, as Jake says, about 2,000 plants. I don't know if they can hear me or not, but
no, we can. Yeah, my apologies. I was going to show the video of what
go for it.
You guys have traditional farming practices.
So these are all
here.
like
so
you got them dated here for when they were put there?
When they were mixed, yeah. So our oldest one is October 25th.
Yeah, right here, right?
So that's the oldest.
Dying for an
So you'll
opportunity
see
to
some
get out
numbers
there,
on the bags.
Oh,
Those are the
man.
dates of when they were actually
Put me in,
mixed.
coach.
So we know when was it mixed. There might be some with as they're going through the process, they're adding a little bit more. They're changing the recipe to try to go with the best overall blend for the plants, right? So, or for short on some supplies, like no Mycos on that one, right? Mycos. There's things that we make notes of and we're able to keep track of, and that's actually how we mix everything right now.
That's crazy. You guys got what is this called? This is a traditional. I guess a mixer. I've never seen this in a damn marijuana facility, bro. Let's explain this.
Yeah, so we source all of our organic materials, raw. So we'll have a whole line of all the organic material with the base soil that we use. And however they have the measurements of the their blend is how we'll mix that, and that's what gets the whole thing started, right? The actual it's like the conveyor belt. We have about a team of about 10 to 12 people on transplant days. And they just goes down the conveyor belt. Each person has their own spot on the belt, and as it goes through the process at the end, then we put the plant in and we transplant it. So
that's fucking cool, man. That's fucking cool.
No, it's great. Just like Josh said, it's a top loaded mixer. So it's just one of those things that we tell people, like, it is a farm. We are an organic farm, an organic product. So we have to stay true to those roots and make sure we produce the great start for the plants when they go on their journey through our facility.
Nice. And just for someone that like myself, I'm not aware. Is there any better mixer that you guys can get, or is this like the top of the line mix? Like you said, it's industrial mixing, right? This is Damn, that's tight.
As much as we like to say this is the best mixer, this is the best whatever, right? As there's different
Right.
different preferences. This is the best that we found for our system. This is the best that the team had collectively got together and said, hey, we think this is the best team that's going to get what we need accomplished. So
Yeah. Oh, man.
So for us, that is the best mixture you can get.
Yeah, that's tight as fuck, man. That's tight as fuck. Okay, next room we're gonna go into is gonna be your veg room. This is about a 4-minute video. We're gonna start playing this from the beginning. Let's
Do we want to see if anybody has any questions about the soil room real quick? I don't know if anybody has any questions real quick. I just want to look at the
great point. Any questions out there, guys, that we have about the soil? Is there this is the time. We got our guy on here.
Yeah, and a couple notes is, we store it indoors because we want to protect and we want to enhance that microbial growth that's going to be happening when we mix it, right? That's the biggest part of keeping it indoors. It's climate controlled, it's dated. We like to let it cook or steep, whatever verbiage you want, for about 5-6 weeks. So every Friday we're basically having the guys mixing up there. Wednesdays are transplant days, harvest days. Fridays are mixing days. Question I see is, what's the average time it takes to mix a batch? Like I just said, it's a double-edged question, right? We'll actually mix the soil on a Friday, right? But then we have to let it, set and start developing that microbial life. So that takes about another 5-6 weeks for that part, So to actually physically mix it, one day. We do it on a Friday when we do a certain amount of batches of that.
Have you ever had like a batches that come out better than others, like or is it like a mixture that you guys like true and tried that you just go every time?
No. 100%. I'm not here to speak on every experience from Jake. These are just from conversations that I've had with the guys as we're going through, because obviously as I'm handling wholesale, I need to understand the quality of product that's going to be coming down. And sometimes there's some stressed plants, right? So, the team communicates very well with me to say, hey, Spencer, we got this coming down the pipeline. We need to figure out a way to, obviously move it, but give the customer a deal or work it into our program. So as the guys are constantly adjusting the soil, we're trying to fine tune it constantly, right? You just can't, as soon as you get complacent, that's when you really start seeing lags and you start seeing dips in quality and just overall performance, right? So, we have to make sure that we are always looking at the newest trends. We have to listen to the plants as well. We might have a batch that's been doing great for a month, but if all the plants start showing some nitrogen deficiency, there's somewhere in that, either in our base or our mix, that shows that deficiency. So we have to compensate that, right? So it's always fine tuning and tweaking to answer your question for that, for sure.
Nice. 216 is asking, is there a percentage of cocoa core in the mixture?
That I'm not sure. I want to say no, honestly. I don't think we have any cocoa coir in our mixture. I'll have to double check. I have our list of ingredients, but that's not sticking out to me right now. And I've looked at our ingredients for the last 8-9 years, so I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that's. And if anybody wants to see what's in our soil, just look at our ingredients on any of our labels. It's a state requirement to have, the ingredients listed on there. So it'll tell you what's in there.
That is fire right there. Good shit.
Yeah. I don't see any more questions. So yeah, we're ready to go to the next video. Let's do it.
Nice. Okay, cool. So, they're asking about peat moss.
Peat moss, I don't believe so.
Nice. All right. Oh wait, Ja's over here. Hey, shout out to Ja being in here too as well.
Yeah. I see that.
All right, so we're going to go on to the next room. This is going to be the vegetation room. This is where we saw, some genetics being introduced and things like that. So I'm going to pop this on the screen now. It's going to start playing. And then throw your questions in the chat as well. Spencer's going to be able to get to all questions, and we'll be able to chop it up after the video. Here we go. It's starting to play now.
Okay.
Water only, and then our botanical sprays and our soil treatment is all they get. And then they'll spend 3 weeks in here, and then we transplant them here and take about 50 of them that are the weakest, smallest, whatever, to get our full numbers for 2 more weeks, and then they'll get
Okay, that's right. My bad. I didn't show. I have you sitting on there, Spence. My bad. Let me go ahead and fix the screen. Here we go. And we'll try again.
Water only, and then our botanical sprays and our soil treatment is all they get. And then they'll spend 3 weeks in here, and then we transplant them here and take about 50 of them that are the weakest, smallest, whatever, to get our full numbers for 2 more weeks, and then they'll get about this big. So these are 3 weeks after these.
Okay.
Everything's on a 3-week schedule. Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, so you got some of these ones been in here a little bit longer than 3 weeks, huh?
Yeah, no, so this is our genetics. I got some cuts here in isolation. I bit the bullet and got a few cuts that I couldn't get through seed from this nursery in Colorado, and supposedly really good, but they're in like 8-9 weeks of isolation and quarantine, not touching anything.
Okay.
All of these are re-veggers, so our last seed run will grow the female out, and if it passes the grow test, the smell, the whatever we're looking for as far as the grow, then they'll go to the smoke set, and that's when all of our grow teams and everybody, we smoke every pheno and make sure it's what, because that's what me and Judd did this in the beginnings, because we're
cool.
stoners, man.
Right,
We like to smoke.
I love to hear it.
And we like to smoke good, and it just kind of ballooned. So our goal is to make everybody's sack as good as our sack.
Come on, want to smoke it up?
My brother.
Nice. I love, I love seeing the tents too. Actually.
Yeah,
this
so
like gives like a vibe of like just you haven't left your roots.
They're clean, but this was all full. All 3 tents were full with our last pheno hunt. And then these are the winners, and now they're going through the smoke test. So as like say, our grape ape Jenny here, the number 1 just doesn't turn out to be it. We can just kill the plant. But if it turns out to be the one, by then it'll be revegetating.
Okay.
And then we can transplant it, and then it gets, that's our last 3 keepers that we had.
No shit.
Out of all of them. I mean,
Wow.
we'll run 120 plants and hope, a keeper's a keeper. It all comes from one seed.
Max,
But unless everybody's like, God damn, we don't keep it.
Gotcha.
So,
dope, man.
but yeah, these are all squeezable, and
Okay.
you get a few little smells off these. They're fun. But they get real ugly at this point, and then they little top dressing, and they start sprouting, man.
Yeah.
So we'll start killing off these plants as we decide they're not the keeper, and then by the end of it, this is only 2 different strains right here. We got the more cowbell, which is the Girl Scout cookie with the hash plant, and then this is the blueberry hash plant, which is a Santa Cruz Blue Dream crossed with the 88 G13 hash plant. Bodie genetics. I'm kind of a Bodie guy, so
Me too.
I love love Bodie, man.
Amazing.
So, and then this is an in-house. This is our Granny Skunk crossed with the Jenny, our Grape Apes. So these are some of the first runs, but we only ran 12 seeds of each to find which ones are working well. So, for instance, the Grape Ape, the Granny, and the what is that one? That's the garlic sourdough. Those 3 turned out really well, and then the other 3 just didn't work that well.
Point out while we're in here. Notice how healthy these are.
All of them.
One sick plant.
No.
Out.
I did notice
That's
that.
the soil
Yeah.
and the cuts too.
Did you ever explain the purpose of the difference when the
Yeah, the re-vegging, we do it this way because it saves so much space and materials. So you'll see me put them in the solo cup. We start them for about a week, get them sprouted and a little bit of root going, and then we'll turn them straight to 12-12. By the time they run out of juice in that cup, they'll show female or male.
Yeah.
Females go into the 3 gal, and then they don't skip a beat. So we're having 3.5 to 4 month full pheno hunt turns, and then by then I have a re-veg mom. We take the good cuts off that, and then take the best cut off that, and create the new mom.
More flavors.
And we run each thing only like 5-6 plants at a time in the full system, just to still make sure she likes what we do, Because this, we kind of stress them, they just get water only. Like, we just water these babies. Yeah, we'll go.
Man, okay, lots going on in this room right here. I think the first thing popping off, obviously, is the re-vegging technique that you guys use.
Yeah, I know Jay brought that to the facility when they signed with with our owner, and I've always been a fan of it. How he explained it. One thing I do want to mention, luckily he is watching. So hey Jay, hey team out there, appreciate you guys, all you guys do. He did say that there is cocoa in our mix and also peat. So want to make sure I correct that, and we always have the correct information here. So thanks, Jade, for that. I'll let you know if there's any updates he wants to share as well. He's out there working with the team right now. So
That's love.
appreciate you guys out there.
How
Thanks
you
for
guys
that.
doing? Hope you're having a good day out there. Appreciate the energy, man. It was dope energy out there, man. Especially from those 2 walking around with us. So people are tripping on the re-veg though. So that is again something that, well, not in a bad way, just saying like, hey, that's cool to see that that is something that it seems to be from the legacy era where is there he explained, the reason they do that, you guys are doing that is because it saves room, or is that?
It saves room, it saves time. There, and like I said, this is the way that the guys have just created their process, right? This is just how abundance became abundant. There are people that are fine with popping 100, 200 seeds in a room, right? And just kind of seeing which one's the best and going from there. But when we're trying to create, a certain amount of volume with the quality, it can become very risky to put new plants into an environment like that. Even after we find a plant that they like in there, right? After it passes the smoke test, after it grows well, we don't just put a whole room full of it, right? Because it's a different environment as well. So there's different stressors, different factors that, sometimes, like our original strawberry patch, she just didn't really like the other environment in the main room, and it stressed her out, or something stressed her out, and she just kept herming, right? So of course we had to cut her, and that's a lot of the ones that you saw, the Crimson Cloud, Jake and the team, the market loved that combination so much, we had to go back to it, and luckily they found more than one that are keepers, so the P42, the Crimson Cloud, there are things that do happen, in positive lights when you find that one set of parents that just always produces quality genetics. So but yeah,
Cool.
the re-veg just saves time, and it preserves the genetics just a little bit longer with that epigenome, and it works for the team, and it's a big reason why AO is AO for sure.
Nice. Another thing that Jake was talking about is he loves to smoke reefer, right? Hey, let's go.
Oh yeah, no, Jake and Judd, they are from the legacy market. I believe they both. I know Judd was out there in Humboldt for a while too. So,
Okay.
good rooster lineages. And as Jake's been explaining, or I don't know if he's the video he has yet or not, because I can't hear it. So sorry, but he'll explain, how he started from hydro, and he saw organic growing, and he wanted to give it a try and just kind of see what it was all about, and it changed the game for him. So it was in turn changed it for all of us.
Now it's definitely a trip to hear that the soil. Not it's not a trip to hear that the soil plays such a huge part in the plant. You know what I mean? But it's that is your guys' focus point, is to make sure that your soil is on point. You're cooking it, for that extended time. All right, so now
and that's kind of a negative of that part too, though, because there's genetics that we would love to run, and I know Jake would love to run, but in the long run, we can't create a special batch of soil just for a certain strain, right? The strains have to be able to all take in the same blend that all the other ones are getting, So there are genetics that we have tried. I know Jacob's tried that. We wanted to try to run, but the soil just didn't mix well with it, and there's so many variations of genetics. You just have to keep pushing hard and push down river and find that one that works.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. Like the more I learn about this plant, obviously it's a living organism, right? So like not everybody, just like I don't like certain foods, certain plants are gonna like certain things, and like that's the cycle of life out there, and it rolls into cannabis though, so that is fucking dope.
For sure.
Right. Next one we're going to get into, and I talked about it a little bit earlier, is you guys, had the space, and then you had a facility that you guys had to go into and make work, right? It wasn't a facility you guys built. This is the original facility we're getting ready to take a look at, and this is something that you guys had to go in there and make work for you, and in a sense, what it sounded like was show proof of concept.
Yeah, no, I mean, go back in time with us, 2012, 2013. People are just trying to find properties that are eligible to be able to be a cultivation or be a dispensary, right? That's why you see a lot of dispensaries back in the day be in industrial areas, right? Because all the cities were locking it up and saying their own ordinances on top of what the state's regulations were going to be. So, our owner owned this property. It was an acoustic guitar facility. It ended up, being retrofitted into the cultivation that you see today. And I remember my first time walking in that facility. I didn't walk in until 2013, 2014. But there was 315s in there. So when you just start with that, and you see what it's turned into today, which is all LEDs, in the facility now, and in that facility for sure you'll see. But it's just been awesome to grow with that building, and just like you kind of found family, when you're starting a family, or if you're you're a family guy, when you have your home, right, and you get to grow and see everything grow in your home with it, those time lapses, it just means more. And I know the team's has a lot of pride showing up every day to grind and try to produce the best quality product for the people of Arizona. So
I love it.
it's real special, man.
I love it, man. And Ja is in the chat saying, let's get to this new facility now. But the thing is, Ja, though, there was some nostalgia about walking into this facility. I felt it. I even just really enjoyed, we're going to go and pull it up on the screen, because you guys had to custom create your own tables, right? You couldn't put the traditional tables. You had to build your own tables.
Yeah, I know. Jake will explain it in the video, I believe, in this one. So we'll let him talk about it.
All right, here we go. Right now, video is playing.
Saucers.
Oh, wow.
And they were cocoa, so we had to like water each one.
I had a lot of work to do.
It was a lot of work, and
Put this on video.
no, you can definitely put this on video. So these red poles constitute a pod, and we have 21 pods between this big building and the smaller, or this big room and the smaller room over there. We're right on the edge of our amperage, so we have to switch the rooms.
Okay.
Lighting, so
Okay.
when this is 12 on, that's 12 off, and then it flips.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta be in a lot.
you get.
So this is where it started then for you guys.
It did, yeah. We had CMH in here. We just got there's Fuzz's work.
Yeah, right? I know. Fuzz was in here chopping down.
Yeah, he's doing his live hash right now.
That's dope.
Real quick, shout out to Fuzz. Shout out to Fuzz. What up, dog?
Shout out to Fuzz.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna have to go see him next time
guest
too.
shot
With the guest, yeah, here's
With
some.
him, but, we'll have a
Man,
whole
these are
special
looking
segment
so
with him
beautiful.
with you guys.
She's got a funk on
I've
her,
actually
man.
grown some gas chowder before.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep. There it is.
I actually got the cut from you guys. You guys donated the cut to AZ Keepers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I actually won the contest.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Yeah, once we went from CMH to the LEDs, that took a little time to dial them in, but
I'll smoke some Last Supper for sure. Do you, with this room, do you do any different type of genetics, or do you do like?
we try to keep our shorter genetics over here because the lights, we can't really lift them up. And if you'll notice all the wood tables, just these poles, we couldn't fit the
I
traditional
want to give a
4x8s
quick shout out to the team
Okay.
too.
So we had to
because,
build our own tables,
There's
or
no light people coming into installing those. They're in there, man, switching those lights out. And when we're on a perpetual harvest, we're harvesting every 3 weeks. So you have to they only had a few days in between each harvest in that room to be able to switch the lights out and have them ready for the next transplant day. So I'm just looking at that and just remember walking in there and seeing them actually have to take the old lights down, move the new ones in, get them all set up. It's a full team effort, man. Like these people up there work their asses off every day, and I'm just, just want to give them a shout out real quick.
Hey, that's tied right there.
really take down the structure. So we ordered like 3 houses worth of lumber and built these by hand.
I really like the energy of the wood, though, man. It gives it like a kind of like a cool energy, a cool vibe.
You catch a lot of shit from the armchair growers, but if you keep your shit clean, I mean.
But again, like you just said, if you keep your shit clean, you don't really have anything to worry.
Exactly, man. It's all Northern Scentsy.
Yeah.
See, we run a lot of stuff that I don't want to run, Skittles and runts and like everybody else runs, because I'm just not quite interested in that, you know?
Okay.
So I like the most unique stuff, and I've run a lot of clones, and I've found the shit I find in seed when I hunt it right is always better.
Okay.
At least in my opinion.
No, I got it, man. I think that.
It's all subjective. I know the weed game is very subjective, but.
Well, I feel like from what I hear, it's a lot of people just want candies. Right?
Yeah.
Like the market really just wants to smoke candies, but eventually that's going to get tired out. So
Very
if you
much.
guys are here now trying to introduce people to a different, what is Space Sasquatch?
Yeah, this was Chewbacca, but fucking.
Okay,
I'll
gotcha.
keep this off camera,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Curaleaf,
yeah.
man. Goddamn.
No
we
shit.
can't name anything. And they're worse than the Department of Health. They make us do it before they even say anything. So,
Say Space Sasquatch, the first thing you think of.
I hope, yeah, that's what we were hoping for. Sometimes you just get annoyed by it, so you're like, oh, crunch berries, we had to go triple berry. That's the Star Lord,
Look
I think,
at this
right?
goddamn guy.
Yeah, we had to go to Star. We had to change it to Star Queen because Star Lord. I'm like, come
I
on.
haven't seen that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's triple berry now, man.
Okay.
It's the same
Beautiful.
cut, same everything, but we had to switch it
I go
up.
to the shop and ask them for crunch berries. They're like, yeah, we don't have that. What?
It's triple berry now. It's yeah. That's one thing I suck at is informing everybody.
I mean, people figure it out though. Like, you go on the Reddit for it, people are like, oh, it's this. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of the names change it to
Fucking
Coral.
crazy. This is
Right.
beautiful.
Space Task
You know, you hear these
Yeah.
things about
Space Wasp.
We got some cool new names
like,
for our
you know,
other crosses.
The
Yeah.
living soil and whatnot. But then when you get
which one?
inside and you see on a
Grape
like
Ape Jenny,
this,
Grape
it's like,
Smuggler, garlic
let's go with
sourdough,
right? Let's
Jenny we're gonna call Homemaker, Cherry Racer and Jenny we're gonna call Jenny's Joyride.
I want to try that one.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. That is an interesting video right there. A couple things.
Saucers.
I'm gonna, play it and have it on mute so we could chop it up, Spencer. So, I mean, obviously, what he said. The first thing that jumps out to me is that you guys aren't out there with looking for the traditional strains and whatnot. That you guys are introducing new genetics and whatnot. And tell me what that means to you guys.
I think it's more of, just trying to create your own path and not follow the path that everyone else is, either following or wanting to go, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think it's just more of personal preference of trying to challenge yourself as a team, as a company, as a brand to, really be the things that step out, and I just think it's a testament to the team because it's not easy to do that, right? It's not necessarily easy to create your own genetics in house and go out and try to find stuff that people don't either really know or really have even tried, right? And try and create a following with that kind of genetic, right? So I think it's just a testament of just always trying to be better and always try to grow and always try to be the best that you can.
I love it, man. And then with that, and apologies, there definitely got on some stuff that didn't want to have on that on there. But when it comes to transparency, one of the things that you guys deal with that maybe from the smoker's perspective we don't understand, right? Like when it comes to like having to name these genetics, you talked about that, the berries, and you talked about how AZDHS is watching over like names and you can't name certain things. Like, what is that, sort of like as you guys come out with these genetics and you're trying to get it across to the smokers like, yo, this is some shit that you may have heard about, but now they have no idea because it's something completely made up.
Yeah. So, I mean, first off, we're very fortunate, right? Because Curaleaf's been such a great partner to us, and as frustrating as it is to come in and say that we can't do something that we already have 1,000 plants labeled as, and have to go in there and individually change each of those, right? Or the state coming in saying, hey, show me your guys' list, and they pick it off. And as this has been developing and changing, we're starting to understand better what they do and don't like, and it's frustrating because from the consumer standpoint, right, we want those names that stick out that make people want to try that, right, and have that street culture relevance. A lot of the industry, a lot of the game has been made of these old school names, and to try to recatalog all of these, it's very tough, right? And it gets frustrating when you're on when you're in a sports car and you're going 200 miles an hour, and all of a sudden you have a little speed bump that changes a whole day of production of either packaging, trimming, transplanting, whatever it is, right? So we're very fortunate to have that and that guidance from Curaleaf and from the state, and we're just ducking and dodging, and we're trying to really make sure that we, number one, stay compliant, and number two, create the best product that the people in the state want to have, right? Because we can create deals that get people through the door and buy it, right, because of convenience. But when you're trying to develop a brand and try to create that connection of hey, we're from what got you started in this game, right? In this game called life, or this game called the industry, whatever it is, right? And we want people to feel that connection when they experience our products and know that it's a clean, organic product that people could come to and feel good about, using after a tough day, or after having a great day, right? Whatever it is, right? Or a holiday like tonight, right?
No, and I think to give it even a perspective from the consumer side is that, you know, I remember before I dived into the licensed market and got to know more behind the scenes of what's going on, you know, I would think, you know, these strain names give it authenticity as well, right? So it's like when you can't use the actual name of these genetics that are out there, it's like it gave it this like impression to consumers like, oh, that's not the real deal, or that's probably some this, that, and the other. And it's like, man, like that's the disconnect that AZDHS doesn't realize that it's putting on facilities when it's making these facilities change the genetic names. That's like, I mean, and it's wild too, because you would think on a medicinal side point that like there's people out there that look for certain strains on a medicinal level, and if you're not able to give the correct information, it's like saying like, hey, eat this food, but I gotta make up some different type of, you know, name for the ingredients, and it's just like it's setting people up for failure, and having to dance through that. I can see it. That sucks for you guys. Do appreciate the dance that you're doing instead of you know, just saying, hey, we can't, right? Like you're saying, let me figure it out. Shout out to Cureleaf working with you guys, and you guys doing the dance together to
well,
you know.
And it's even the whole state, you know, because, you know, it's kind of just, you know, whatever spectrum you get. So, you know, we'll get calls from our partners, you know, shout out to Sticky. I see Brandon in the chat, you know, they're one of the top, I would call it, in terms of standards of compliance, right? Like they hold it to a T, and it holds everybody accountable and has to have everybody better. So, you know, you know, I'd rather have to jump through these hoops of renaming these strains than have it to be illegal, you know, and I feel like that's something where it's like, hey, you know, if that's the worst part of the job is to have to, you know, figure out some names out of you know, I think we'll live, you know. So I do see my boy Crane out there. I want to say a shout out to Crane. You know, he's an OG in the game too. We've done, you know, when he was with Oasis back in the day, we've done some really good things out there. So I'll make sure I saw that and said hi to him. And but yeah, no, I mean, we're going through it, you know, just like everybody else in this game, and you're trying to stay culturally relevant, but, you know, fit the mold that these retails are trying to, you know, create with their own, you know, brand. You know, the thing is, we're very fortunate with our partners, the ones that do, you know, choose to work with us and are able to mutually benefit. You know, they don't owe anybody anything in terms of who and what they carry. You know, they're going through their own battles every single day. They have their own stuff they have to, you know, cover, and you know, it's humbling to be able to see, you know, we started so early, we see all the stores as they've evolved, and see the people that have worked there evolve, and be able to, you know, see everyone see where is the dust going to settle and how is this industry going to look. And I still think there's some dust up there right now, and there's a lot of dispensaries that do care about what the people want, and they're trying their best to be able to bring it to the shelf. And it's tough when the brands, you know, are trying to cover their costs and try to create, you know, what they envision for their brand, and you know, the brands having to, you know, bend the knee, or the dispensaries having to bend the knee. It's tough where, you know, you're just trying to create the best opportunity for, you know, yourself, and create the best product for people, you know.
Hey, my man right here, we're talking to Spencer, Abundant Organics, guys. This is why we wanted to create this show. We could talk about Arizona cannabis. We're talking to people inside, growing, out here, dealing with AZDHS, right? So it's cool. Appreciate you taking the time out here to go through this time. Our next video, you know what? I'm not quite sure what it's getting into on this one. Didn't make myself a little cliff note on this one, so this is going to be a little surprise for me as well.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into it.
In a sense, like, are you like, oh man, I already know I can't wait to get to this?
It depends. These two are like my right hand men.
Hey, what up, guys? How you doing?
They rock and roll. They can't do it without those guys.
Word, man.
But we're all a team effort. So Judd, me, the grow guys, will all get together, and as they're growing, we'll make our notes. And a lot of times you can kind of pick out the ones that are the winners, but you get surprised.
I mean, right?
You know
how it smokes.
Yeah. So it does have to pass a certain.
Okay, nice.
Corner and
yeah, you hear about this rumor that Arizona water is affecting hash out here, you know? I'd love to hear some take on that, you know?
Everything's RO. All our ice is made with RO. Have you guys seen
beautiful.
the hash room yet?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, let's do that first.
I like the beautiful name on it.
Nice. Real quick, too, shout out to you guys in the water. I had to ask that question now. We got to ask that question, you know what I mean? Shout out to AZ Dank out there.
100%.
And then I want to give a quick, just the scenario here on the microphones, because unfortunately the setup only has 2. I'm realizing now that I'm probably going to have to do a little something different, so that way people recognize, where to talk in and things like that. And shout out to True for coming out, being out there as well. So there might, like in that last video, there was a little bit of, me talking to the camera while I believe Jake was talking to True, and it was kind of a little mix up. So apologize for that, guys. These are rookie errors that we're going to work through and let you know I do recognize that, and we'll get on it and fix it. All right, I'm going to start this video. Here we go.
I want to say one quick thing. Those mixtures you saw, that's for the tea and the compost tea, the botanical tea and the compost tea that we make, and that's all we give the plant, right? As Jacob will explain, it's just water and that's what feeds the soil, which then feeds the plant. So just to make sure you guys can see that. Those are the mixtures, and everything's still hand watered in that facility. Every plant you're going to see is hand watered by our team, which is another big, just. Like I want to say job to be able to do that and make sure the plants run through, right part of its process. So.
Oh man. All right, we're gonna get in this video.
No, Fuzz ain't it.
And I think we're about to go into the Mr. Fuzz's laboratory right here. So let's get
it looks like it.
Yeah, let's go.
In here right now, but we could peek in.
This
RO lines hooked up to everything. This is where they do all the washing.
Hell yeah.
And he's very passionate, as passionate as I and Judd are about the plant. He's passionate about the hash process. I mean, I love the hash, but I'm a joint smoker.
I love flower overall, but man, what I really feel that when you say passionate about it, Fuzz really does resonate. Just like loving the plant.
He was our first employee in Tucson, and he got thrown into the fire, and I was like, one day I don't trust you, you're gone. But he's built up trust over the years. Now he runs the whole hash department.
That's love.
He started as a trimmer too, right?
He did, yeah. He started as a trimmer. And that's where he stores all his stuff, waiting to go.
Yeah, we
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, we'll come back and post. Fuzz got second place, right? In the
10-star cup, and it was like 0.01 or 2, something like that.
I could understand all the different.
Could not. I had to redo it. I was like, let me see this fact. Like, this is crazy.
That shows I get actually respect.
Hello.
This was built for this.
Holy
How we designed.
All right, now we're going into, it looks like maybe a mother room, or we'll explain that. But any questions about, that what we see in the hash room? We did. I know we plan on coming back actually and linking with Fuzz, so we can talk to him about the hash and see what you guys got going deeper. So
we'll let him do his MTV Cribs, hash house,
awesome.
like that. Yeah, I think it'd be a cool segment for you to do that with everyone. Just do like a cribs thing like that. That'd be sick.
That would be sick. All right, we're now going into. It looks like this is. I see some moms in the back.
Yeah, so it's the moms in the veg room. Like I think I tell you in this video, that's that whole all you see right there is all the veg plants are put in that full facility, right? And so I think it ends up being. I think it's like 8 to 12% of our total square footage, which is a usual, usually considered a small amount of veg, but these days just kill it, man. Like you'll see they're healthy and they're doing their thing.
Let's go, running it.
So you can see our 2 stages of the veg. These just got put over here. They'll go another a week. Another 8 days, and they'll be, bam, all leveled out. And then, so you see our first stage. We got the new LED veg lights we're testing out. I want to make sure everything's good, but we like them, so we just ordered to replace all of them. So
no shit.
Yeah, so it'll all be 100% LED in the whole building.
Oh, wow.
But we're kind of slow, folks. We like to double check.
If anyone was to come see the facility in a couple months, you probably won't even see those lights anymore. But those are the old lights we had before we put the LEDs in.
No shit.
Test everything before we make a change to the cookies,
That's smart, right?
We made these suckers for this building. Custom made those, so you just put the drill up here and it lowers and raises the lights. All cool. Simple, yeah. And then the mamas. So we keep all our mamas here. We throw them in the 20 gallons and they'll stay about 6 months or so, and we just kind of keep them rotating. So as they're getting old, we'll pull some off. Pull some healthy ones out of the line, and then these will be transplanted into the big pots. It's another re-veg or cherry racer. She got hit for heavy metals. Every once in a while we get a strain that does the heavy metal, so we cut her back and kind of give her some time, and then we dip the toe back in. We really love her, but so we just had to make our precautions. I got a new additive in the soil that's supposed to trap the heavy metal zeolite. It's like a molecularly a cubical silica molecule.
Okay.
And so it'll trap heavy metals and not give them to the plant, and it'll also hold nutrient ions and allow them slow release to the plant. So I'm testing that now, and hopefully that'll help alleviate any issues with the heavy metal, because with soil, that's the hard part. You make the batter, and once you bake the bread, it's the bread. If you forgot something, or you know what I'm saying. So that's the hard part, and the disadvantage of this system is it's like once it's in motion, you can't.
It's in motion.
Yeah. With hydroponics, it's like a guy hooked to an IV, getting all his nutrients. You can always change it up, switch it up based on what he needs, which is convenient. But a guy with an IV getting all his.
Oh shit. Cut off right there. So one of the questions that popped out to me when we were watching over that, and we'll go over to to this part, was like the heavy metal conversation, right? Like, man, that what he was mentioning, like you gotta like once you make the batch, right? Like that's it. Like that's something that I don't consider when it comes to living soil is like how often do you guys miss like on your batches like that?
It's very interesting too, because some strains, will show, and obviously we can't move, those are where we take the L's, right? But sometimes in the same batch of soil, some plants won't even have it. So it's super interesting to see how each strain reacts. Like I remember my first experience with PM, not necessarily, but at a home grow where like, some VG4 was touching that leaf and it wouldn't PM for anything. There'd be nothing on it, right? So the strains themselves have their own resiliencies and their own strengths. And so it's very discouraging when we get a strain like that, we're not able to do it. Luckily, knock on wood, we don't miss too much. The team doesn't miss too much up there, and usually are able to catch it, and that's a part of bringing new strains on too, is we can't just put a whole room full of new genetics, right? Like you just never know, and I see some of that video right there, we're re-vegging a mom there, and some of them look smaller because we're constantly changing the moms. As soon as the moms start stressing out, you start seeing some barking from the bottom, and its genes aren't as efficient, so you got to find that next generation and preserve as much of that epigenome of the actual strength of the DNA, the DNA strain as possible, right? Because as we age, our cells lose a little bit every single time of a record, right? So we're trying to preserve those genes as long as we can and as strong as we can.
Man, what a trip, dude! Right here. Obviously, we did get some comments. The facility upgrade. You mentioned the lights. You're switching those over in here. So any questions?
You'll see the new videos. The new facility has LEDs in the flower room. So you'll see as we go into the next videos, those will be the new LEDs there. So
yeah, that's fine. All right, let me get in to this different video here. Go. Here we go on this one. And yes, now we're into the flower room. So we're gonna bring this back up. Here we go. And let's get some sound.
It's a bit different with synthetic.
It is.
You're fostering that change, but with organic, the soil is going itself.
Yeah.
The soil are creating that waste.
And that's kind of where we do come in. The soil does dictate a lot of everything with the plant's health and everything, but that's where us as cultivators come in and push them, tell them that they are needing to be pushed based on the environment that they're in. So if we keep them right in the vapor pressure deficit green zone, and we're watering them and allowing them the proper dry backs, they're going to shoot the roots, and then it's just going to want them to push, but it's up to them how they do it.
Damn.
And the genetics and all of that. So this is the Wild West stage. On Thursday we go through and kind of do a light de-leafing, and we do the full spread for them, and then the next Thursday we come through and shave the legs and any extra settings, and then they're basically set them and forget them. Just throw some water on the babies. Yeah, we'll show you later, about 5 weeks.
Hell yeah.
And look at that. Look at that. Man, looking beautiful right there. We'll go into where I believe the next one is where we see. Here we go right now.
Yeah, so these ones are in week 1, week 2, I believe. You know, we have 3 rooms, 3-week cycle each, right? So 3, 6, 9, and we're always flipping them. So you'll see flower by the next one.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh, where you
So this
shave
is
the legs.
3 weeks later.
Shave the legs up.
And that, you smell that smell? That's that tea that we just put in. So
Okay.
it'll kind of have that smell for a little bit, and as the microbes consume it, that all goes away pretty quick. But you can see how much growth in 3 weeks.
I see you ditched the wood. Huh?
Yeah. These are so much easier, man. So this was built for our system as opposed to us having to build to our system in that one. That's why everything's pretty much so tight. All the hallways, everything we got are pretty exactly where it
these are
needs
just
to be.
starting 2-week cycles.
Boys are at lunch.
They got at least another 6 weeks.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. This is tight. Yeah, extra long episode, man. These guys, were dope to let us in, walk around. So, yeah, I'm kicking it. I'm about to go through. I mean, we're halfway through these videos. So, kick back, roll another one. Long episode today. Shout out to Abundant Organics for showing us love like they did. We're going to keep running through this video. Shout out to Jerry, the cameraman, too. Hey, what up, Jerry?
They'll come in here and double hose it.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, I was just saying, shout out to Jerry for sure.
Yeah.
Man, very, very clean, obviously. I mean,
Yeah, you won't see a fungus gnat in here. And again, 0 chemicals. We don't treat with any pesticides, herbicides, any of that bullshit.
wow.
Because Judd and I don't want to smoke that shit, you know?
What do you think happened here?
What was that?
What do you think happened to this?
Oh, we have, every once in a while, a plant will be runted out or just not quite,
Damn.
you know, out of a, you know, every run is like 2,000 plants, and every once in a while you get one
You can
that.
tell too. The stock is really strong.
Yeah. I mean, so once we see that, we just kill her and try to spread it out more. We found it's better than just putting out a subpar product, because even if we bring her back in, the quality of this nug is going to outweigh this one, and I don't want somebody to get an eighth of shitty weed from that one little plant.
Hey, pause right there. You hear that? We just got to the part of the video where there's a plant just like cut out of this section. I was like, hey, so what happened here? You know what I mean? Let's ask. And it came down to it just being a measly fucking plant. And he was like, nah, we don't want anyone getting that shit. Like, oh, man. This shit. Put into that.
Plant, you know? So we're just get rid of it and maximize the best that we can.
No, you can't wait for each to keep going.
Yeah, man, we try, but. And with everything you're putting out 1,000 pounds a month, you're gonna have some stuff kind of go by that maybe not be as great, but our job and goal is to not make that happen as much as possible.
And I also feel like at this point, that's like perspective. You're saying, you know, people are gonna have their own type of like flavor palettes that they look for, man. You guys are growing phenomenal marijuana here with like in a clean, healthy way. So if they don't like it, it's not going to be because they don't think it's quality. It's just maybe because they don't like that.
It's their preference,
You know what I mean? Yeah, like you said, you guys are constantly wanting to put out something fresh to the market.
Yeah.
And I think that's bold, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people want, like, you know, to get smacked by a certain thing, but like, why? Like you just said, you don't want to smoke that. You feel like at the end of the day, like 1,000 pounds a month, you know what I mean? Or
a month.
So coming out with new genetics, new strains, Abundant Organics. Give them if you haven't given them a shot yet, make sure that you get out there and try these guys. What would you say is some of your staples? Obviously, I know Jenny, but what would you tell
Blue
somebody
Blitz
about
has
there?
won a couple first placers in a couple cups. We're not really big into the cups. We like the real cup because we like the people there and stuff.
Cool.
And we like to go give back. So we'll do that once or twice a year. But other than that, we're not quite
in the cups. I appreciate you guys being part of the 10-star cup with the hash one.
Fuzz loves to do that, and they all love to do that. I'm 41, man. I got kids, and I got these kids and my other kids, so I'm either here or there. And I do want to come down though, because my daughters have a salon across the street from you.
The High Lounge?
Yeah, the Daisy Salon. It's like a block down and across the street.
Okay,
those are my daughters.
No kidding.
So
raise some entrepreneurs there.
We're trying, man. We're trying, but
That's where it's at. I'm a father as well, so I look at it like, you know, that's where I'll ultimately be judged on, will be like how successful my kids are. So.
And our teams here, man.
And here, and in the same boat, right? You guys are being judged on how successful your kids are in here, right?
It is, man.
Good shit, man.
Right there, that is 1,000 pounds a month?
Yeah, I mean that I believe, you know, that's the minimum goal. I think, you know, it's always 12 to 13 if we're really having our heavy yielders, maybe 14, but the goal is always minimum 1,000.
Man, and goal on making sure that it's quality crops.
Oh yeah, that goes to the team, man. You know, knock on wood, we have not missed one harvest since those guys have started. The Abundant team started, so it's tough to be consistent and be consistently good. You know, like that's the name of the game.
Yeah, no, man, focused in on it. Shout out to Jake and explaining all throughout that. Any questions that you guys have in the chat that we can answer while we go through this next
I
video?
saw one about worms. Unfortunately, we don't have worms in ours. I do know there's other beneficials added. What exactly, maybe Jake's listening, he can text me and I can share that. But right now I know there's no worms in the soil.
And then soil is actually something that you guys it's been coming up in the chat, obviously, because of living soil on that scale has been questioned, right? Like, you know, one of the things that you guys do is you don't use the same soil, right? A lot of times living soil, a lot of people say, well, over time the soil gets better and better. You guys have taken the route of just getting fresh soil and making fresh soil all the time, obviously letting it cook, and we saw that earlier. So now we're going to get into a video on you guys and where the soil goes afterwards, which I think is pretty dope, because you guys are, again, what was the city out there? I apologize.
Camp Verde.
So Camp Verde farmers now are actually coming and picking up the soil that you guys are not using anymore, right?
Yeah, I would say the whole Verde Valley, you know. So I mean, from there, Cottonwood, Prescott Valley, Chino Valley, anywhere in the general Verde Valley, you know, where it's a great community out there, very small town vibes. And I come from a small town, so I understand, you know, a lot of just the workings of just that kind of community and what it means to really support each other with that kind of stuff. So I'm excited, and there's just no there's nothing wrong with the no-till, right? I think what the team really tries to do is to be able to have the most consistent batches without having to fight the soil as it's going through its living process, right? We just create it, you know, at its peak, let it ride its course. It's still great soil. And then we just kind of, you know, put it out to pasture and let the rest of the community be able to use something that, you know, we you know, just don't have the space or resources to really have to, you know, be re-amending and reapplying all that soil with that. So,
man, I think that is amazing, right? Hey, these are things that, like, while growing up in Arizona, they used to frown upon cannabis and things like that, and this is where we're seeing where no, absolutely quite the opposite. The facilities out here in Arizona are benefiting their communities and getting ingrained in them. And in this video, we do talk about that. I'm gonna go ahead and run it. And it's about.
And I do want to say, even though there's not worms in it, there is worm castings in our mix. So that's actually a big part of the organic process too. And you know, I talked to Jake and making sure I tell the difference between, you know, having worm castings in our soil and actually having worms in it. So.
Okay. Nice. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to throw this video on and let's get some
in my soil school days,
fuck?
I no-till. It's great. It's awesome. I've had a lot of fun with that, but on a cultivation of this size, like, one little problem compounds so quickly and so easily, and just the logistics of having to test every bed after every harvest, and the problems also that can come up with pests and disease. We keep everything flowing downriver now, and so we'll get the farms that'll come and take it, and all these farms grow with it all on their stuff.
That's fucking
and,
dope.
Yeah, so.
If there's anyone watching this video, I mean, is it possible for them just to like reach out to you guys? About,
Yeah,
"Yo,
you
let's
could.
go
I
through some fucking
don't know,
soil
Jed. How do
and
they
shit."
get a hold of us to get some soil if they want?
Just email us or put it on your calendar every third Friday the rest of my life.
Yeah, every
That's
21
love
days,
right
man.
there. That's fucking cool to hear that farmers around though are already taking you know,
Yeah,
their share.
They'll come and bring some samples of their, you know, their fruits and their produce.
Yeah, they'll bring us some jellies and wine.
And grass in Phoenix. He took it down there, and it's never been better. He said he's lived there his whole life.
It's still good soil. Like that's
Yeah, it's just good living soil. It's still good for normal applications. We just like to keep the problems at a minimum by pushing it downriver, and once it's done, we're done.
And so, has Camp Verde been like open and like everyone around has been like accepting? Have you guys had any issues? Like, you know?
Oh yeah, everybody's been really good to us.
That's really cool.
We haven't really had any issues. The cops are
Marshals
nice.
come by a few times a year and ask to see our cameras for their help on the street, but everybody knows everybody around here. So when they
it's small town, and so
I lived in Pine before, so I know that everyone knows everyone. Shit, oof, man. But that's where it could be, you know, a negative situation if it you know. But I love to hear that it's embraced, and even the farmers now. I think that's what's cool too. Is you guys have embraced yourself with the community, like that, you know, like.
And we're one of the biggest employers in this area also, so that kind of gives us a lot of community love, and so a lot of people don't. I mean, we haven't experienced any negative.
Yeah, Camp Verde is the most open municipalities, I guess, or towns for licenses. I think there's the most cultivations outside of.
Oh man, it cut off. Damn, that was a dope. That's love to hear it. Love to hear it. That was talking about you know, about the community. You know, about how, you know, the farmers are getting involved. We lost you too on the. We lost your camera a little bit there. Or not a little bit, but that's gone. Hey there.
No, sorry.
Yeah, you good.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Also, that you guys are open to, and you know, anybody out there who is interested in getting some of the Abundant Organics Living Soil. You said it sounded like I think every third Friday or something like that. I think you might have said.
Yeah, you know, if people want to give it a try, they can reach out to us Instagram. We'll try to coordinate, you know, a 5 or 10 gallon bucket or something, and. You know, it's something that, you know, we want to share with you as well for you to give it a try. And, you know, we'll probably even try to give you a fresher batch if you want to try the organic living soil and kind of show you that process. But
let's go.
Yeah, right. The community is great, though. I mean, even just to our team, you know, I think we have 85 people there. Each have a different step in the process. Each step of that process is just as important as the other. So, you know, I just want to make sure we give a shout out to them. You know, I know Jake and Judd and you know, Derek Gifford, Ty, you know, the guys that I work with more Henley, but, you know, everyone in that building has a great purpose, and they're a big reason why we are where we are today. So make sure I throw that out there.
Man, that's lovely, man. Appreciate that. And it was cool that Jake brought up, right, we were talking about how, you know, why you guys don't go into using the same soil, you know, having to test it throughout that time and whatnot. So let's see what this next video looks like. We're getting back into one of the flower rooms now, so we're gonna bring this up on the screen, and let's go ahead now. Booyah.
Yeah, sorry about the light situation.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, I usually give them 24 hours. Oh, just some bro science, you know. You turn.
It's been around.
So Crimson Cloud, it was awesome on paper, and the smoke was good, but the way she grows is not great. So we're turning her into hash, and she's done.
Oh, damn.
She's great smoke, but
which one was that?
The Crimson Cloud.
Okay.
It's a strawberry candy, but it was a number 13. We ran like 80 seeds, and we got 3 different phenos that we really loved, and so this is one of them. So the P42. Smell this one.
I remember P42. We smoked that.
Oh no, that's the Last Supper. Still dank, but smell the P42, how different it is. You gotta smell that one. That's like grandma hard pineapple candy, you know what I'm saying, in her purse. You gotta smell that one, Jason. You need to smell that one.
That's specific right there.
It's got that like artificial fucking pineapple terps.
You guys brought in some P42. We're smoking on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Our Scotch Baccio. She actually She throws out some dead leaves, but you can't argue with the results. I mean, her yields and tests, and one of our most popular strains. She's happy. Trying to see, I think we got the Jomo here. Yeah, here's a new one. Fuzz hunted this in his tent at home.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's his Jomo.
Frosty.
And you can smell her. She's got a real kind of like rotten fruit kind of funk going on her.
Ooh.
But she's a hash queen.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
And then Strawberry Serenity, that's the Crimson Cloud sister, but she's just fresh strawberries. She's got that fresh strawberry, not that artificial sweet.
Yeah, so much. I mean, definitely had respect, you know, for you guys because of how much you guys take care of me and you come through and you guys. I mean, I've smoked like, you know, made some products and you guys feel like, man, being
Yeah, that
here,
Jomo comes out wet.
Even a higher one, you know, you guys got it going on, Don.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. There was looking at, we saw the Crimson Cloud in there, the P42s. One of the things that caught me in that video was that Fuzz out there bringing in some genetics out there, you know, I guess what you call, you know, finding genetics to bring in. That's love. I mean, that sounds like a team, you know?
Yeah.
So, what any questions? You guys got any out there for on that video? I'll bring in our next one. Let's see what we got. A lot of videos. We took a lot too, man. Shout out to Jerry being out there and hooking it up. Let's see. This next one looks like we're going into. Okay, another. Nope, this is another. Flower room right here. This might be the last flower room we go into. Let's go ahead and take a listen here. Oh.
So it takes us about 1.5 days to get all these rooms down and hung up.
Real quick, 1.5 days to take down a room?
Usually get it down in a day. The half a day is if we have a lot of bigger plans, but you know, it's just how the process is because you know, we plan to harvest on a Wednesday. If it does take half the day Thursday, then we do a full building clean for those 3 rooms after that.
You guys got some weight.
Yeah, no, it's no joke. That's why the hallways are so big and the new building compared to the old buildings because we have it's all hands on deck, right? So you know, everyone that's in the hash rooms harvesting, everyone that's in the trim rooms are harvesting, everyone that's in the packaging rooms are harvesting.
Yeah.
It's a whole team effort to get all that done because it's a lot of weight.
That was tough.
You know, and so to big leaf everything and just get everything how in our process how we harvest. You know, it takes a lot of time in those harvest days, man. You know, the funny thing, quick little story on the new building, you know, we went from probably 20, 30 people in the smaller building to have, you know, 80 plus people now in the big building. So the guys decided to do a, you know, a litmus test of, hey, we're going to throw you in the fire and see how you respond to it. So the first day for a lot of the people that I believe are still at the facility was a harvest day. So, you know, you started off, you start the bar very high and say, hey, this is what potentially the hardest work you're going to have every single 3 weeks is going to be. Let's see how you handle that environment and handle that you know, pressure to go at a certain pace and help the team finish the day strong. So you know, it's just another shout out to the team, man. It's a lot of work these people put in to try to produce the product and the brand that we're creating together. So
Man, I really that was what I caught when we were going through the tour is that you guys will have everybody in the facility helping during like pretty much the entire process. So I mean, that I could see that being fun for everybody, right? You don't want to have some people getting stuck on certain things, whoop-de-woo. So it's cool to hear that the team in the grow section was in the process throughout the entire thing. I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna drop in this video now. This is likely the last video we'll see in there.
So it takes us about 1.5 days to get all these rooms down and hung up. That's that Serenity, I think.
So these these are off also because the other room is on, right? You guys try to get like the whole balance thing, huh?
Turn the lights off.
For the last day, drop down the temps. You know, that bro science. we still got some of that, you know, the old
I love it.
forum day shit. We still do it because it works.
I love it.
Angelica.
Show up on those strains when they're in the cycle. If we darken it the last day or two, they just turn purple.
Man, it's
Kind of
dreams, man. It's amazing. For you guys to always have weed, huh? You just you gotta be living the life right now. You
Man, it's been
figured out how to fucking sell cannabis legally.
Yeah, he was in construction and
This is our dream. We were always doing something else till we could get
Get here.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do though. That's a lot of everything.
Yeah.
Just pause for a second, guys. Do you see what I mean? These guys said that they did what they had to do while they were pushing for this dream, and look what the fuck they have built it to. Pause for that for a second. Props. Damn. All right, I'm gonna keep it going.
He was serving with a huge family, and I was trying to lay granite countertops and showers.
and driving trunk loads from Humble back.
Yeah, I was driving cars back from
How much, like, how many hours a week do you spend working?
We never get off really without being owners.
So it's entrepreneur life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You think that you're setting your own schedule and shit like that, but
It's usually at least 40, and
always
then the
on
weekends there's a few.
For the first like 6 years, it's tough, but now we got such awesome teams that we do feel. I feel confident now leaving for a little bit and not laying awake like goddamn.
We got really good trained people that we can delegate stuff to, and then when they're off with their family, we're here. You know, it's a labor of love. If we step
They're the boss, really. She's the boss.
It could snowball.
She don't care if it's Christmas or whatever. She's got to get her drink. She's got to get her drink.
So do you guys, is there always a set amount that you guys make sure is set aside for you each harvest type situation? I mean, I'm just wondering, like, if I was in your shoes, I'd be like, I got all the...
Everybody here...
I need these 2 ounces from every single fucking harvest.
Every Friday, everybody that works for us gets a sack.
That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah. They work harder, they get paid better.
So the managers will get a nice sack.
To their labor, understanding, like you guys said at the beginning, like, you want to smoke it, right? So it's like, that motivates people at the end when they get to smoke it, and then they understand, fuck, we killed it on this one.
They're not stealing the product, they're getting to sample what is in front of them day after day. And instead of going out and spending their money at the dispensaries, they now have it to share with their friends. So they're the first.
That's cool.
And if they produce more, they get a little bit more. So it's kind of a carrot instead of a stick situation that worked out much better.
Within the limits, right? Because we still have to take all this stuff down to our dispensary.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But.
Now, real quick, Spencer's about to break down what, in order for Mr. Compliance over here, making sure, he was like, let me just make sure I break this down, how this all works. But dope for you guys to figure it out and to be spreading the love like that. Everyone's smoking over there and getting to taste the fruits of their labor, like we were talking about. And what I was asking, because come on, man, like, if I was the owner of a facility like this, I'm tasting every motherfucking crop. And when I'm sitting here watching, in a sense, the owners are the soil. Right, the owners are the soil in a reference to cannabis, because like if the soil is really what is going to produce the best cannabis, and if you've got your soil cooking right, if they're baking, you're gonna produce, man. Shout out to these guys. Now Spencer's about to break down though what it takes for these facilities to be able to hook up not only their team. This is what's wild. To hook up their team, the people that are growing the weed, right? They're every day making sure the plants are healthy and feeling great. Listen to this process that it goes through just to make sure that they can sample.
It takes us a week, so they'll get it ready for us Monday, Tuesday. We paper manifest it, take it down, they'll log it out. Thursday, Friday, we pick it up, depending on the delivery schedule, then we bring it back up, and then we disperse it to everybody.
Yeah, right.
You gotta stay compliant.
It's a lot of work, but it's worth it because they enjoy it.
right? A lot of work. Props to that, I agree. So my man, keeping it compliant.
Have to.
Got to.
Least we could do, man, to be able to do this stuff, man. Straight up.
Got to, dude. I appreciate the insight that you guys are sharing on this too. Like, cause like I think it's great. The transparency is great for us as consumers, for us to understand. Cause then if we don't, we start making up shit. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, people start like, you know, dreaming up their own little scenarios and shit like that. So thanks for breaking it down for us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, and it's not just the compliance part of it, right? Like the compliance part is one part of it. You have to have a great partner, you know, and that comes down to Curaleaf, right? Because they've been doing it for us since we started, and you know, with us trying to be as transparent as possible. It's just letting them know, like, this is what we want to do. How can we do it? How can we make it worth it for your people? And, you know, shout out to the Gilbert Curaleaf team if anybody's watching down there at that dispensary, because that's the license that we're tied to. So for them, you know, we want to take care of them, because we can't expect Curaleaf or any of our partners that, you know, if we were on the licenses, to have them pay for their people to log out our stuff, right? So, you know, we make sure we manifest some more product down there for their people. So when they sit there and they're putting in the time, you know, sometimes up to an hour to 2 hours to log out our samples for our 80 plus employees, right? You know, we want to make sure that they're getting taken care of too, and the store knows that we're taking care of them. So, you know, it's just, we want it to be a win-win, and at least the most convenient thing possible for everyone involved, you know. And so, you know, even shout out to the state when we explain it to them, and you know, them understand the process and making sure they cross all their boxes, so they're happy as well. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day, is doing the stuff the right way and making sure that we're being transparent about it as well. So
love it, man. Love it. Okay. I lied. My bad. We actually stepping into another flower, and this is the one they referenced as the shorties. Okay. Let's get into this right now. Let's go.
These are the shorties.
Okay.
So we usually go from our shortest up to our tallest.
Okay.
That's our, I think that's the Frosty Shack, which was Sugar Shack, but I guess kids like sugar. You can't fucking name sugar.
No shit.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Wow.
Pink Marshmallow, amazing hasher, but she's obviously, we thought we'd get her to sneak by, but she needs to go at least another week or two.
Okay.
So we're trying to turn it all into hash while we can, because it makes amazing hash, but we're gonna have to cut her out.
Not cutting it.
Yeah.
Didn't make the roster.
It didn't. Sunshine Daydream, man. I got her from Bodie. I've had her about 10 years now.
No shit. Which one's this?
Sunshine Daydream.
Hell yeah.
Have you smoked her yet? You gotta give her a little. She's very, it's like cushy, gassy, but like a creamy, like, I don't know. She's good, man.
No, I feel like now coming in here, I'm gonna respect so much more seeing the different names on these jars, because I've always like sat back and been like, man, I don't ever see anything come through that like I'm familiar with.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You know, but like, I get it.
That's kind of been our biggest hurdle, but also our biggest asset is having to gain the trust of the consumer with a strain they never fucking heard about.
You never know what you curate, right? You might get a fucking home run that's like boom, and then you fucking have that under your belt, right?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I love it. Be out here fucking
And
finding
nobody
the
else
strains, bro.
has that cut.
Exactly.
Period.
Like that's what I think, that in your guys' position, that is exactly what you should be doing. Is being out there searching for the newest, the best, and then continuing to just try to fucking hunt. Because I think that if you were to like sit back and just ride waves, you're always gonna be late.
You're always chasing.
Yeah,
man.
fuck it.
I'd rather just do what I do and hope everybody loves it, and they seem to have liked it. So
I feel like this is like your responsibility at this point. Like you have this big ass facility, you've got all the connections. Yeah, dog. Keep fucking swinging, bro.
That's my brother.
My man.
Because I mean, I could go get the cuts, and that's why I feel bad. That was the first clones I bought since I went to Cali in like 2008 and bought some clones from some guys.
Man, that's a long
Other than that, I've been doing seeds.
Inside dope.
And maybe a cut or here from a buddy every once in a while, but those are the first ones. But it's, you know, the SFVOG. I can't get that from seed. So I'm like, I want to try that out, the honey banana cut from Elemental.
Okay, yeah, you're just curious because you smoke.
The 9-pound hammer, I couldn't get those seeds. I missed out on that drop with Jinx Proof, so I got that cut. So all the cuts that I can't get by seed, I gave them a shot. And if they turn out good, then I know I can source cuts that I can't get from seed that I really want from these guys, and quarantine the shit out of them because I don't trust anybody.
Yeah, you got your quarantine some over there. These look crazy.
Garlic sourdough. She's been real popular.
Props, man. Man,
these are.
Right now, we just walked through there. That was the shorties. Walking through more genetics, going through it. One of the things that stuck out to me again, smokers, man. Like you heard him. Like I wanted to try out these genetics. He's out there seeking it, and for the first time, he went and he even bought some because he's like, no, I want to try this out. That was Jake. I'm talking to. Props, my man. That was another room right there. Let's see. I think we have one more video. Let me go ahead and
hey, shout out to Brandon and Chom Smoke here, and I'm seeing the chat. Appreciate the support, and make sure you share what you tried and what you liked on the next episode, hopefully.
Yeah, tight. All right, let's go ahead, and we've got one more video, and I believe this one is going to go in and show off. I believe your guys is free.
So this will keep all the hash before we transport it.
Ready for this?
Everything is in here.
Ooh!
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
You see all the hash over there?
Yeah, you might want to put that.
Damn. Perfect opportunity to tell you about these sweaters here. They may be nice sweaters, but they are not for -7. All right? Yeah. Look at all that hash.
So after for a cured product, after it's trimmed, it's all good here. So it goes washes it, presses it.
Yeah.
Jeans are freezing.
And then all of the stuff that we have going on to dispensaries, right, it's by strain.
Okay.
They stay in here. We actually pack those boxes inside the coolers in here.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean? So from here to deliver it.
-7.
Yeah, that's
It's been a little bit.
Got
A
hash.
little bit. That's why I don't like the snow.
Oh, heaven. I found heaven.
Like skipping,
That'll be good.
I think it was like
Beautiful, man.
So that's a mixture of fresh frozen and the cured material that
Long
we
way
use
from
that first
turkey bags.
washes. So once it's trimmed or once it's harvested, it's put into that freezer, and I think it was at -6 when you saw it.
Oh!
And so that's the room of the final product right there. After it's trimmed and bagged, before we go and get it packaged to whatever bag, whatever customer orders it.
This is my favorite room. It would be hard for me to not just like, if I was owning this motherfucker, be like, all right, I'm gonna grab this motherfucking pound. Are you serious? This is tight. All right, I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna keep playing the video.
It's still close to
We got that sealed.
Yeah, these are the new turkey bag pounds.
We obviously use the clear bags so the buyers can see what they're getting.
so good.
And we like the
And it's like
our hard work.
Yeah.
You can see some of the differences between some of the strains.
Definitely.
They're not all the same.
That's what gets me pissed about the THC numbers. And then we got in trouble because we got a 48% on the kiwi, remember?
Yeah.
And it's like, guys, we just turn it in and get the test,
Yeah, it's the state turned up the variances.
Right.
So everyone that was at 15 is now at 25, and everyone that was at 25 is now at 35, 40, right? Because they turned up how big.
The only time they need to bump us is if we're like at 19.5.
Well, it's not just
Otherwise, people don't buy it.
And the thing is, it's not just us thing, right? So we can say, hey guys, like you should turn your machines down. Like, well, I have more people upset because they're not higher.
Right.
And people that are too high trying to go down.
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm sorry, we just got more.
God, I smoke a lot now, but I just couldn't imagine if I just had this kind of access to reefer.
Oh,
That's
it's
my issue.
we've ruined ourselves.
Right?
It's hard to go back. There he is.
I mean, that was an interesting video for sure, with referencing, these tests and the things like that. You guys go through that on a regular basis. You guys referencing like the bump ups and things like that. Did the testing facilities, have they, just because we brought it up, and have they gone through any type of like changes or regulations or any,
Yeah, they're being inspected all the time as well. from my understanding, it's the testing advisory board, right? That is the one that really does the policy shifts and shifts focus to one thing or intensifies its regulation of another, right? Aspergillus is a big one that I know everyone's really looking at, where some states are completely taking it off and some states aren't. They're going through their constant shifts. So that was a compliance change, I believe, by the advisory board committee, and I may be wrong, but they're not just going out there saying, "Oh, we want to turn ours up or turn ours down." That they're within a range that's approved by the state, and so as long as they stay between that range, that's how they're regulated. And I believe it's the lab's prerogative to do however they want to do it.
Yep. Well, my
As long
man.
as it's compliant, it's compliant. So there are pluses and minuses to it, but one thing we're very confident is ours tests always on the higher end, so we're happy about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, and bringing out new products, doing your thing. It was cool to watch that, to be to talk to Jake and Judd, and to be to walk around your guys' facility. A lot to be seen. I want to go in and do that hash in the next round.
Yeah.
Any questions you guys for Spencer while we have him here? Shout out to you for taking the time. I know normally it's an hour episode, but I didn't. I really appreciate you guys bringing it out. So I wanted to show as much as possible. And
yeah, no, I think it's a great way to end the year and start another one, man. We appreciate you guys coming out, and it's always great coming on and seeing everyone and be able to see the chat now and interact with everybody. And we just want to be as transparent as possible, and that people know what we're trying to do is just be true to ourselves and create a great brand that people feel good about supporting. Because at the end of the day, not only are we nothing without the team up there that works their asses off every single day, but we're nothing without the customers that are trying to work with us through this market and work with us and our retail partners and try and create the culture that we all know that this industry can be. And you're a big part of that too, Jason. So appreciate you and looking forward to 2025 with everybody. So
yeah, no, I know, man. It's cool, like you said, transparency, because that's the thing that over time, when cannabis is rolled out here in Arizona, things get blown out of proportion at times, or we only get like bits and pieces from like Fox News and things like that. So in Arizona, I wanted to build this platform up so we can discuss these things, and it takes the industry to accept it and want to be transparent. So, for you guys to pop on here, answer questions, to walk around, to show us, to be able to, and then open it up to the community with the soil, to people who are viewing, to get a chance to see this. So, maybe we should work out something too, where we do like a soil pickup for High in Arizona, and everybody like goes through a process together, and it's like a little High in Arizona situation. We'll talk about that though.
I love that. No, let's chop it up and let's figure out a way to to try that out and have some fun with it.
So 2025, Abundant Organics, right. Man. What's with people watching this, what would you like them, if we didn't mention anything already, what would you like them to know about Abundant Organics before we get out of here?
I saw Josh said, everything's hand watered, hand trimmed, hand packaged. It's obviously organic. And give us a try. We're trying to find that balance of creating a great value product with great deals, but with that consistent quality product that you guys want to come back to every time. And I think what people have a hard time remembering sometimes is it is a plant, and there are different batches. As consistent as every grow in the state and the country try to do, it's a long time to, from when you cut the clone and to when you harvest, and even after the harvest, you still have to dry and cure it properly. It takes a lot of time, and there's a lot of people that go into the process. And for us to process over 1,000 pounds a month and get it to our partners and have them get it to their stores, and for them to really try to create that perfect environment for that person to feel confident making that purchase, it's something that I think a lot of people take pride in, and I know I do, and I know everyone that I work with in this industry do. And we're going to continue to get better, and I think 2026 is going to be the best yet for Arizona and cannabis. And because people like you and people we work with, we're going to do that. So,
man, I love it, man. Where can people find Abundant Organics?
Right now, our biggest partner is Trulieve. So, I always like to push Trulieve and shout out to all my Trulieve people. We're in Curaleaf. We're still at some Verano locations. Down in Tucson, Earth's Healing, Nirvana. We've been back with Nirvana for about a month and a half now. So shout out to them and their team. They've been great, and we feel right back at home with them. There's a lot of shops that I might be missing, so I'm sorry if I can't think off the top of my head. Deeply Rooted, shout out to Abel and his team over there. HINA Dispensary is always a great one for us as well. Usually anywhere in the state you could probably find us. And I think the only place we're not in right now is Flag, but we're working on that. And it's an industry, man, and you got to create that demand, and you got to create something that makes someone want to work with you, and that's what we're going to try to do every day here. So
there it is, man.
Thank you very much for the support, and thank you again, Jason, for everything, man.
Nah, man, appreciate it too. Like I said, transparency's dope. Let's talk about it. Love talking about cannabis. You've popped in and had discussions with us prior to the tour too, and really laced us with a lot of knowledge of the industry, man. So props to that, and definitely gonna be seeing us again. And my man, right there, shout out to you, Spencer, being out here. Marijuana. Have a safe New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Happy New Year's, everybody.
You know what I got to tell you right now, right?
What's that?
I'll see you next year.
I'll see you next year. I love it. I love it. Take care, everybody.
Hey, you the man right there. So shout out to Abundant Organics again. Amazing, good people. Shout out to Jacob and Judd. Shout out to True for walking around with me, and shout out to Jerry. Definitely watched that and thought to myself, okay, there's some things I need to work on with these motherfucking cameras. And we doing what we doing, baby. Low budget. Come on. Marijuana though.
Smoke weed every day.
That's the motherfucking episode, guys. That closed out the 2024, right? Hey, that's right. Love it. Well, I need to learn some of these more buttons, though. I got all kinds of buttons and shit like that.
Stay off the weed.
Okay, Stephen A. Okay, calm down. Marijuana, we do have a giveaway to give out here, so let's make sure we knock that out before we get out of here. Shout out to you, Itchy Bussy. There we go. Go ahead and claim that prize. Oh, do you guys want to race? Someone bought a race? Fuck it, we got time for a race. We got time for a race. Fuck it, let's go, guys. I mean, what, we already here. I got a little bit of a blunt. To the newsroom. Let's see if it's set up for success, though. Oh, let me get everything. Here, man. Shout out to Spencer, man. Shout out to Josh. Shout out the whole motherfucking crew over there, man. Let's go. IG theme. Let's go. Marijuana. Right? Itchy Bussy. I don't even know. I smoked some giraffe pussy, though. I smoked some giraffe pussy last night. That was gas. I was like, how the fuck does that get away? Giraffe? Is it called giraffe pussy? It can't be called giraffe pussy, though. What's it probably called on the label? We gotta figure that out. All right, good luck to you guys on this right here. How it goes down, you got 2 boosts. 2 of them. Okay, exclamation boost in the chat when you're ready to do it. Oh, Jose, huh? Classic. And then that's pretty much how it goes down right there. Okay, so good shit. Oh, oops. Marijuana, shout out to you guys. That was an episode right there too, going down. Weed up. We light that weed up. That's crazy to me, BK. So that just lets you know you can do shit, right? You can do some things. Ladies and
gentlemen, start your engine.
Oh, I don't know. This is a boost off the bat. I'm seeing boost off the bat opportunity here. Stutter went ahead and boosted. Looks like Bear Family. Yep. 808. You boosted. Didn't get you too far. Oh, Slump. You did it a little late there, guy. You did it a little late. Found yourself in the mountains. Stutter is in the lead. comfortably. All right, I'm gonna light this weed. I'm gonna smoke this weed. Marijuana, good fucking luck to you. What do you guys like? The blimp view or like focusing in on the top three? You think like the top three is kind of where it's at? If you're not in the top three after like the first 10 seconds, you're pretty much fucked. How we feeling about that? That's how I feel like that's how I was looking at it. 808 though, doing his thing now, got a comfortable lead. Oh, but he slams into something. Oh, we got a pile up. We got a pile up here. Drew says, they do. I don't. Peace out. Oh, shit. 808, your car seems to be a little fat. Would you boost? Oh, you boosted. Damn, you boosted right in the back. Oh, Drew boosted, but right into a wall. And then he went through it. And then he went through it. Damn. Hi, True. JT, 808. This is a nail biter. Oh, get the fuck out the way. Oh, we gotta jump. Oh, JT, you fell off. Oh, shit, but no good. Who's gonna land it? Who's gonna land it? Oh shit, 808 back at it though. Right. This might be you. This might be you. This might be it. Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up for you. Congratulations right there. Claim your prize quick. Claim your prize quick. Marijuana to you guys. Shout out to the sponsors. Lunchbox dispensaries. You could get their deliveries anywhere. Anywhere. All right? Go right on their motherfucking website and just say, I need weed. And it'll be free to your door. Depending on what you want, throwing in some stuff as well. Let's go. Marijuana, shout out to you guys for popping in here, right? Chatzilla, making it fun, making it a good time today. The real MVP. We gotta get, maybe we should get back to having a chat MVP, right? Interesting. We used to have a chat MVP. We might start doing the giveaways off chat MVPs. Who knows? Let's raid my boy Concentrated Mind. I see him over there doing Rocket League. Not always my favorite to watch, but we're still going to go show support over to that guy. Marijuana to him. Shout out to the sponsors, though. Neverlow Glass Gallery. If you're ever in the city of Yuma, make sure you pop in. Told them, too. I was like, yo, get that ass on motherfucking online, right? Because we don't have an online smoke shop. And if you're out there watching and you want to... show support. Shit. You needed something. What the fuck? All right, here we go. We're going to raid. Concentrated Mind, baby. Let's go. Shout out to True Infusion. 100 plus strains. Get out there and fuck with that. Thank you for the eggs in the chat. Makes me feel special. Okay. Shout out to Drip Oil and True Med. Get out to True Med Dispensary. Check out their products. They're someone that we're going to be touring as well, and they've never allowed someone inside of the tour facility. So I can't say never, but in a minute with cameras. Let's go. Shout out to Blaze Cannabis and High Vibrations out of Tucson. Small mom and pop. I need to reach out to them. We definitely need to get them in here. They want to do a interview though at the lounge. I'm trying to get them to come on here. We're gonna work this out. Shout out to Be Easy. If you did not see that Be Easy post that Highmark put up, go to Highmark's page and hopefully it's still up. That shit was hilarious. Shout out to Highmark. Dropping here soon, and we'll be talking about that. Okay, I need to talk about that. That's gonna be a topic tomorrow for sure. Highmark and now the responsibility of, hey, you know, it's time to sell some cannabis. So marijuana, you know how I like to end it. Thank you so much. Long show. Appreciate you. Let's get the fuck out. We are the champions, my friend.